Hey everybody, Dave here. Welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Let's Play. I hope you're having a wonderful day, just like I am. In this episode, we've got three things that we're going to focus on. So to start, we're going to make a sugarcane and cactus farm. Sugarcane so we can get paper, and then eventually make rockets once we get an elytra. And then cactus just because we got it last episode and it's super easy to set up. And then once we have those set up, we're going to go end busting, which I'm very excited for. I'm ready to start flying. Also, in that intro where I was making that record farm for the with the creepers, I lost my pants. So hopefully end busting will get us some new pants that we can use. And then the last thing that we're going to do is build the exterior to the villager breeder over here. So it needs to be adjusted a little bit because right now it only makes one villager at a time. But then once that is fixed, we are going to put a nice pretty exterior on it. I want it to look like a hospital. And then that way we can get villagers whenever we want and start using them for book trades and for their armor trades and all that good stuff. Also, I should mention, I've downloaded just a couple mods. So in the upper left, you can see our chords are in the upper left at all times. Just for anybody curious, just in case you wanted to know where we're at in the world. And then also I added this cool F3 mod. So I have like total control of the camera. So if you're seeing some funny shots or whatever, that's going to be, that's the reason. But yeah, I don't have anything else to add. Let's begin by building these farms. So we'll start with the reed or sugarcane farm here. It's going to be a tileable design, so it'll be really simple. Basically, we'll have water streams that push the items to here, and they'll be picked up by a hopper and carried to this chest. So we'll begin by adding the water sources, which on this level technically aren't even necessary. And then we'll put these hoppers in. Fill all these leaves with water. Alright, now that the water's in, we can put the blocks that the sugarcane will grow on. Then we can add these two water streams, which will carry the items. Just like that. So all the items should meet right in the middle. We can then plant all the sugarcane, or all the sugarcane that we have right now. Add a layer of blocks here. Next, we'll place all these pistons here. And then on top of the pistons, we'll place these observers. Except we'll put them the right way this time. Now those are all in. And behind them, we can put some redstone. And with that, this is totally done actually. At least with the first layer. So now, sugarcane grows. It gets broken by the piston. Gets pushed to the hopper. And we get sugarcane down here. So now I'm going to repeat that exact same pattern up one more layer so that we can get 64 of these tileable spots. It's a little bit of an eyesore right now, but once we cover it, it'll look fine. Now that this is totally done, let's let it run, get some sugarcane together so that we can plant on the top row. And while that's going, let's start on the cactus farm. So I've already laid out the foundation so that it should be super easy to set up. Basically, this will be the pattern, right? So like kind of every other block. Like that. And then our water streams will go over here. Like that, and that should flow right to the end. And with those last two, we should see that every item goes to this corner where we can just put a chest and a hopper to pick up all the cactus. Alright, all the sand is in, so now we can start placing these iron bars. And basically what will happen once the cactus grows, oh, I can't even place it there, but there will be a block next to it, so it'll pop off immediately. And the reason we use iron bars is because the hitbox is really small, so everything should be able to fall right through it. After placing these, I realized that these need to be one higher. It's an easy fix, just like that. And we just add these iron bars to the bottom level. And now this should be totally set up. So anytime a cactus grows, it'll interact with the iron bar, right? So it'll say, oh, there's a block next to me, and it'll pop off. And then it will fall into these water streams and end up in this chest. So now we just need to wait for some of those to grow a little bit more, and then we'll have enough cactus to plant everywhere. Alright, so all the sugarcane is now planted, even over here. So let's say AFK for about an hour and see what kind of rates we get. It's a temporary wall. I just put leaves so that we're not losing too many sugarcane on the outside. So right now we have 4 sugarcane. Let's see what 1 hour gets us. Alright, so after an hour we have just under 2 stacks, which should be more than enough for end rating. So I'll just combine that with the paper that we had from the stronghold. And using the gunpowder from this creeper farm, we can make rockets. Might as well make them triple, right? So that is more than we need. Probably just take 3 stacks maybe. So with the sugarcane and cactus farms done, and some rockets, I think it's ready to go end busting. So I'm going to get everything together and we can get going. Alright, that was quick. I got everything together so we can get going. And honestly, I don't know where the portal is in the nether. So we're going to get there on foot and then we can connect the 2 portals that we have. There's the familiar mountain range. So definitely going the right way. Nice. And off in the distance we can see that first village that we raided. And up here is the familiar snowfield, which means this should be our way down. Perfect. And we got to be extra careful because I do not have pants. So hopefully we can get some pants and an elytra. This looks familiar. Okay, yeah. We're here. Just take a quick mental note of the coordinates so we can find it in the nether later. Alright, let's go to the end. Before we get too far though, I'm going to farm up a bunch of ender pearls. Alright, about 3 stacks, that should be plenty. Just missed twice. Ooh. Oh man, alright. Alright, let's start going. Just pick some of these up. And we're going to crank the render distance up to 32. Just so that we can see a little bit further here. Oh, there's one already. That was fast. Hopefully it has a ship on it. That should expedite this whole process. Alright, just looks like a little baby end city, but we'll still take it on. Oh, there's a way bigger one behind it. Oh, there's a massive one back there. Holy. Nice. And we can already get our first shulker box going. Alright, and we're already at the top. Let's head to that massive one over there. Alright, no ship, but we already see another end city over there. So hopefully there's an elytra over there. But let's try and tackle this one first. This is huge. This might be the biggest end city I've ever seen. Ooh. There are a lot in there. Actually, I'm just gonna go straight to the treasure room. Oh, that's good. Ooh, and diamonds. Nice. let's check out this next density. This looks like a little one, but we'll still check it out. Oh, and I see another one behind. Oh, is that a ship? Oh, amazing. Okay. That is awesome. Finally. Okay. Alright, cool. Well, maybe we just take the scenic route here. Get the levitation. Oh, it's a protection 3 pants. Perfect. Definitely better than these iron ones. Even look. Alright, we're up. Should grab this. I always forget it. Alright, and there it is. Oh, got the armor trim too. Nice. And some even better pants. That's ridiculous. Alright. Nice, we got the elytra. Oh, it feels so good. And let's pop mending and unbreaking on these. Awesome. Looking real cool. And I like how they use the cape you're wearing. Alright, with these upgrades, this should be a breeze. Let's see how many islands we can raid. You know what? I need to get my axe back out. Especially if we're trying to be speedy about this. Alright, I think we've raided all of this one. Let's check out the next one. Oh, it's got another ship. It's a really tiny one, but who cares? Got another elytra. Whoa, that was a good chest. 5 diamonds and 4 emeralds in one chest. We got an extra one. Oh no. Oh well. We at least got one. Let's keep heading this way. This is so nice with the 32 render distance. You can see for miles. Alright, I see another one, and it's got a ship. I think we should do this probably until we have at least 4 or 5 elytras. Oh my gosh, 2 ships right next to each other. Oh, that's 4. Kind of want to just keep doing this. This loot is so good. Ooh, interesting. Oh my gosh, 6 diamonds. It's just too easy. That's nice. I still don't even have sharpness on my sword, so. Depth stride. I got so many things to put on my boots. I'm far from being maxed out with everything. Oh, nice. Alright. Another one. I'm curious how quickly we can ransack one of these things. that was pretty quick. Like under a minute. Let's keep going. These things are really close now. Oh, and there's another portal to get out. Those are a lot more common than I thought. Alright, that's the 5th elytra. And there's a portal. I think we should just call it here. No. Alright, we're out of arrows, and we have more than enough. Also, there's a gateway right here, so I think we call it there and check out the loot once we get back. Alright, we are back, and I've gone ahead and organized everything, so all of the pretty much all the good loot is in here. So this is the best box. 5 elytras plus the one we're wearing, 23 diamonds, a ton of iron, gold, emeralds, smithing templates, and dragon heads. That's probably the best box. Next we have diamond armor. Most of this is like actually pretty good. Like these boots are really good. One of these, yeah, this is really good. So actually some pretty good stuff. And we got these pants, which are my main pants now. Got these tools. Probably going to turn this into Smite 5. Could finally get sharpness on the sword here. Yeah, lots of really, really good stuff. Here's iron. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Probably nothing ever. But a lot of really good stuff. And then all the leftovers, horse armor, all that good stuff. So I would say that was extremely successful. I honestly didn't think it would be that good, but it feels good to have all this stuff now. So I'm going to go ahead and put everything away, and then we can start working on the villager breeder. Alright, so just before we get into building the house, getting all the materials together and that, I decided to just max out our gear. So I've been in here breaking and placing lecterns and getting all the enchantments that we need. As you can see, I've retired the sword. And now we're up to an axe, and then I've got all these books. These are going to go on the helmet, so they'll be maxed out. And then we need to redo the boots because they have to be done in a specific order. But we've got all the enchantments to get all our armor and tools up to the best they can be. So I'm going to run to the skeleton farm real quick with an anvil, and then re-enchant everything so we can have maxed out gear. And then we can get going on the villager breeder. Alright, now that we've got all our gear nice and how we want it, so we're nice and maxed out, I guess besides the pants being netherite, we can begin on this hospital. So I know I've been calling it a hospital because I don't really know what else to call it, but it's probably going to end up looking more like a house. But that also makes sense because if this is medieval times, right, you just give birth at your house. The doctor goes to you rather than you go into a hospital. So for this build, we are going to be trying a new technique with building, something that I've never really done. I always see like those people that are really good at building and they texture their house and they have highlights and all this stuff. So I've tried to do that with this build. And I've done it for the walls and for the roof. We're also going to get pretty interesting with the colors, I guess. I want the roof to be made of copper, right? And it'll be a gradient of oxidation up from the less oxidized stuff all the way to like the blue stuff or the green stuff. I guess it's probably like cyan. So we're going to be trying a couple new things. I think the building's going to actually be pretty big. This is like, besides that this marketplace right here, this will be like the first big building, or first part of the town that we're making. But yeah, before we get into actually building it, let's get all the resources together. All right, with that we have everything together that we need to make this medieval building. I've got everything in the chest over here. It actually doesn't look like that much when it's all just in one chest together, but you can see that we're going to be using this copper and a bunch of random blocks for gradient making. I also destroyed this building here. This had a bunch of the librarians in it. I had to punch them a little bit to get in here, but these are all our librarians down there with lighting, so I'll have to find a permanent spot for them later, but I didn't want this building to obstruct this view. But yeah, now that we got everything together, we can actually just get right into building. Alright, so this is what we're looking at now that we are all done. So, as I was saying, we added a few crazy colors up top, so you can see the roof there. I really like how this is like really oxidized up top and blue, and kind of gradients down. And we use a lot of really interesting blocks like the granite and the jungle wood, and then obviously mixed with the copper as well. And then we also gradient over here. I need to be careful. So when we're over at the iron farm, this isn't a gradient. What we're doing is texturing, right? So we're not going from like light to dark or like red to blue or whatever. It's just putting all these blocks together and texturing to give it a little bit more character. But what we're doing over here is actually a gradient. So we're starting, you can see it perfectly on the side here. We're starting dark at the bottom, and we're using different blocks and slowly building up until it's much lighter. So the difference between oak and white wool or white concrete is pretty extreme. But when you do it in this gradient pattern, it gives it a ton of character. And I really like how this turned out. Also, the shape is really, really basic. So it's just a square or a rectangle and then a bigger rectangle on top of it. Nothing crazy. And then we get this cool kind of swoop with the roof, and that's done with half slabs and trapdoors and all that stuff. I also cleared out like a ton of this area and added lighting everywhere, and filled in like a little patch. It kind of looks a little bit lifeless just because there's no grass or anything, but this is just so future work is easier. We can see from a distance, I love this gradient and how it looks. Looks so nice. And then there's also some hidden lighting up here, just so that we can see the roof at night and all that stuff. I've also worked on this path a little bit, added a little bit of lighting as well under these wool carpets and stuff. Just to finally start to give this place a little bit of life, right? It's got a little bit of structure to it. But yeah, I actually don't have much more to say about this building. Really happy with how it turned out. And I can really, I'm really happy that we try to challenge ourselves here and make a gradient rather than doing, just texturing or just nothing at all and just having one solid block. But that about sums it up for today, actually. We got a ton done. So we made the sugarcane and cactus farms. We went to the end. We went end raiding. That was great. And then we made this awesome villager breeder. Oh, I should also, I don't think I mentioned this. So we had to move where the output is. So now they're all over here. And now because they're far away from the breeding chamber, these guys can make more. So they'll make as many as we want over here. So this does exactly what we wanted. And we can just put a minecart here and pick these guys up. But yeah, as I was saying, that's pretty much all we got time for today. Thank you for sticking around. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And thanks. See ya.